So, let's continue our workshops with dynamic practices. So yesterday we tried 3 different ways of using the voice. Gentle, 10%, medium, 50%, and then maximum, 90, 100%. And now we're going to do the same with Vajra body. So doing exactly the same thing, low intensity, medium intensity, full intensity. And it's the same thing with, like I was talking yesterday about, if you put the maximum or nearly maximum intensity and then just keep shouting, like long notes, short notes, and you keep doing it for a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, because it takes so much energy, you will feel very tired after that, but also probably very clear mind. But we don't need to go that far that it makes us tired and exhausted. That's why when we increase the intensity of concentration, we need to keep in mind that, it takes a lot more energy, and also, it gets the job done much faster. And that's a very good point, that, if you, even if we were talking about shouting hung pets, for example, if you kind of just do it in a dull, blunt, low intensity way, you might be doing a couple of hundred without much effect if it was just like tapping casually. But then if you do 10 with 100% intensity, full intensity, pong, the mind will open up like cloudless sky, for certain. So couple of days ago, we did already some workshopping with the Vajra body. So we went through, I showed you how to, not to keep the elbow straight, kind of not to keep knees straight, or if you do, don't break your joints, because if you keep your arm straight like this, and you can try this right now, straighten your arm, and then if you start squeezing the muscles in the wrong way, it will start hurting, aching in the elbow joint, right? So this is why, it's better to curve the elbow just a little bit, just few degrees, and that removes that chance for the elbow getting hurt, or in the case of knees, your knees won't get hurt when you keep them a little bit bent, just few degrees. Then we also covered 2 days ago about how to be kind of precise and exact about tensing the muscles of the body, and also getting the back muscles and muscles here in the front tensed at the same time. We talked about the spiral or wave-like movement, how you can get them both covered. So keep those in mind from the previous workshop, and then we'll start studying that intensity thing. And once again, when it is often the case, and this is, I was talking about being covered by heavy dirty blankets, and you are there under the blankets of the samsaric mind, the bhumi layers, unpurified, and then you try to relax, and you use gentle focus, and over time you're able to clear a small space, but the heavy blankets are still around you. So it is the same thing here, that if we use a very gentle tensing, not much effect. Not much effect. Just like yesterday, I gave the example of going to the gym and lifting weights that are too light for us, so that there's not much effect of working out. So, and on the other hand, when we increase the intensity, automatically our concentration focus, when we increase the squeeze 50%, then it's already it becomes serious. There becomes more focus, more concentration. So automatically with that, our focus goes into the muscles, into the body, and this unifies the body and mind. We talked about that embodiment of Buddha nature. That starts happening the higher the intensity goes. So already with medium tension, 50-60%, there's a very different effect physically, very different effect in terms of recognizing the basic state. And then when we tweak it even more, 85, 90, 95, 100%, happens very fast. Very fast. Nature of mind shows up like that, and there is also that unification that brings this incredible softness into the body. Okay, so long story short, let's go to practice. Let's first do a little bit trying out, just sitting here, just with our arms. So the arm from the shoulder to the hand to fingers, forearm and upper arm. So you can start in a moment you can kind of find your own positions again, but you can start by putting your arms in the front and then just apply 10%, 15, 20% of muscle tensions and hold. 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 Keep holding. 10-15% and relax. Again. Shoulder muscle, biceps, triceps, forearm, both sides, fist, fingers. Fingers also. Relax. If you feel like shaking a little, you can do. And again. Relax. One more. And relax. So we did it a couple of times. And can you agree with me if I say that it kind of feels pointless to do? Not much effect. Can you relate to that? You can't relate to that. Please share your comments.
It could be that I used too much of intensity, but it has a clearing effect on mind.
Okay, okay.
And embodiment effect on the arms.
Okay, okay. So you already had that effect at this point.
Yeah, same here. Maybe it was 30% instead of 50 or 20.
Right. Okay. So my point that I'm trying to make was completely crushed right there. Oh, forget it. Let's go ahead and tea. Well, my point hopefully becomes what I was trying to make. Hopefully becomes clearer as we do the medium. So let's do 50%. Think about the maximum, how you would squeeze, and then zero without squeeze, and then put it in the middle. Relax. Very different effect. Yes, more. Relax. Again. Two more. And last one. Relax. Much more, isn't it? Much more effect. Bigger, clearer effect. I'm relieved that you could agree with that, because otherwise my theory would have been down the toilet. Just feel and relax for a moment before the maximum. All right, and then we continue to maximum squeeze with the arms. So this is 90% to 100%, so complete maximum. And you can think about squeezing 2 seconds, so that the duration is 2 seconds. Start, 1, 2, relax. Start, 1, 2, relax. About 2 seconds. Let's do this 5-6 times. Please begin. Full. And relax for 5-10 seconds. Again. This is full, as hard as you can squeeze. Then 2 more. And one more. Shake if need. And relax. See what's the outcome. All right, then you can open eyes. So, of course, we don't need to do maximum all the time. In my home practice, I rarely have done maximum, but understanding what is the range and the outcome from 50% to maximum and something there in between is where the solution lies. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right. So not too little, not too much. Something in between that gets the job done. Is there any comments you would like to share? Gwen, please.
Yeah, when we were practicing with Tina, even though I couldn't do as many, I was doing them full intensity.
Yeah.
And normally I kind of sort of dread Vajra body sometimes because it makes me feel so tired. But even though I didn't do as many, doing it full intensity like this seemed to create energy.
Exactly.
So when I'd finished, I felt more energetic than when I'd started, and there was this real sort of feeling of
Right.
energy, and it was just so much better. I think I will be doing, again, maybe not so many, but some full intensity.
Yeah.
Maybe that's better for me, I don't know, but that was quite a revelation, really.
Yeah.
It's really changed my attitude towards doing Vajra body because, yeah, before I'd be thinking, oh. But it'd be nice to feel that energy again. Yeah, great.
Yeah, that is really wonderful to hear. What was the thing? Yes, what I was meaning to say that I'm 42 now, and as you know, I've had quite a bit of insomnia and insomnia-related health problems. So I think that my vitality is much lower than what normally a 42-year-old would have because of my illnesses. But nevertheless, around 30 years of age, what happens in the human body, both male and female, is that the metabolism changes. So it changes from being anabolic to, I forget the word, from anabolic to something else.
Catabolic?
Catabolic? Oh, well,
maybe.
we just created that. Let's use that.
It
So,
is a word,
right.
but
So,
I've forgotten what it means.
right. So anyway, there is, the body just doesn't work the same way as it did before 30. So as you know, then as years and decades go by, you know, it's a very different question when it comes to vitality in general, and then how you need to take that into consideration with your exercising. But nevertheless, like heavy exercise, like we have done here, when we understand this heavy exercising, that you could translate it directly to lifting heavy weights. Because we are lifting here heavy weights, we just aren't using any external iron that we are lifting. So this is very beneficial. I've noticed similar or same thing what you said, Gwen, that even if I'm 42, I've had the same discovery that I get much more energy from doing fewer reps with higher intensity than the other way around. Yeah. And this is very significant on my health and daily well-being. Not to even mention the clarity of the mind. Any other comments?
Kim, can you say something about the relationship between the rhythm or speed at which it's done and the intensity? For example, when Vajra body is being done, it's very fast. But I find myself that I tend to actually do this to bring the light down when I'm bringing it down, and I'm doing it slower than you would actually do it. Am I over visualizing, or I can get the intensity all right, but not the speed. If I am to visualize the light, the mother light in the chest, and then letting it go, and I tend to then visualize it actually going down to the legs and out from the legs and that. I'm just wondering, am I over visualizing?
So you're talking about Vajra breath, not Vajra body.
No, Vajra body.
Well, I think the question of whether you are over visualizing or not is kind of irrelevant. What is more relevant is that the practice works for you, and how you can know practice works for you is whether your mind is, if the natural state is recognized or not after that. So there you have it. But like I often say that we need to do whatever techniques, practices we do, we need to make them our own. And we make them our own by learning them, how to do them. And this means that, like I often say, that when we are chanting or doing whatever practices, I tell you that you don't have to take my chanting pitch, you don't have to take necessarily my tempo, you don't have to do the breathing exercises in exactly rhythm, but do them in yours, listening to your own body. So there you have it.
Yeah, now I'm interested, Kim, when you said to me about, it's Vajra breath you're speaking about, not Vajra body. But when the energy and the light energy is in my chest, I'm then visualizing it actually pow out of the body, out of the body through the limbs and that. I'm just wondering why you asked me about the distinction between whether it was Vajra body or Vajra breath.
Well, I thought you were talking about Vajra breath. But I realized that your question also relates to Vajra body. So I just wanted to clarify. Yeah.
Okay.
But something other related to rhythm is that when it comes to shouting syllables, I don't. I think it was yesterday morning. Yesterday, not morning, afternoon's Rainbow Body Yoga with Ugi, where he was using the shouts in a tempo that was too high for me. So, and this is not criticism to Ugi, you know, if he has done it faster than I'm used to, that is perfectly fine. If it works for his body and, you know, the bodies of the group. But what I always do when it comes to the rhythm of shouting, as well as tensing the muscles in the Vajra body, is that I want to do it carefully. I want to be sure that I'm tensing and relaxing my muscles very carefully and mindfully. And the same thing with shouting syllables, so that, you know, I want to be able to tense the muscles well as relax them, alternating. So if the tempo is too fast, you know, you might not have, as especially myself, because I haven't done it that fast, I don't have enough time to breathe, take breaths, so it kind of messes the rhythm for me. So you know, I've led many Rainbow Body Yoga sessions, and you might remember that, you know, I do it always slower because of this reason. But I'm not saying that you couldn't do it faster. Yeah.
Just to comfort you, Joe, I couldn't possibly do it at that kind of fast tempo either. And it's not only to do with the breath, it's to do with my mind. I couldn't get the visualization going, the light coming down, the visualization out in that short space of time. Impossible. So it may be something to do with age, I don't know, but yeah, I couldn't do it either.
Maybe an additional comment to that. Again, you know, we need to learn to do the practices so that they serve us, rather than we would just follow a formula and it wouldn't connect with our state. But when it comes to visualizations, even though there are good reasons why visualizations are done, I was speaking extensively about the energy body a few days ago. So it's not like the visualizations are not some random stuff that we visualize. It's directly relates to our energy body and purification process in the energy body. But if we think of the downpour of the light to the body, if I hit the switch button of my light in the hanging from the ceiling, the light comes right away. It's everywhere right away. Right? So if you're used to thinking that it comes slowly with time and then from the heart it expands, this is fine. But this is just a pattern you're used to. But if we hit a light button, it's faster than that. So you can, similarly, like you've accustomed to getting it down slowly or maybe a bit faster, you can also learn to just think about it organically. Do you understand? Any other questions?
Last night I was practicing hung pets, trying to do it really sharp and with high intensity. And I noticed that also thinking about the video that we watched of the Zen master, I actually was basically doing a very quick Vajra body and just instantaneously flexing all my muscles at the moment of the hung pet to do it as sharp as possible.
Ah, yes.
And I wasn't trying to do it. I just noticed I was just like that really fast, and it was just happening. And that felt good. It felt like useful. So wondering what you think about that.
It's a really interesting point. It can be that way also, that we like systematically combine the use of voice with muscle. What should I call it? Like momentary muscle tensing. We can systematically do it like that, and that's actually how it is done in some internal martial arts. Exactly like that. But here's something interesting. If we think of singers, whether they are classical opera singers or some pop rock singers, and when they sing the most intense note of the song, the most important note of the song, the highest note, they need to use the musculature of their body at the same time to produce that sound. And then the moment the sound comes to an end, they relax their body. So there you have it. It's related. If you use intense voice, and like you said, very intense, of course the body starts tensing. If you want to join it with Vajra body, go ahead. No problem at all. All right, let's
I think Monica is trying to get in there again.
sorry, please, Monica.
There are two questions left for me. I hope it's okay to ask.
Yes.
I have to confess that I'm totally distracted from the consciousness of my body, and I have no idea whether it feels good or what to do to make it feel good. Maybe this is the reason why I'm so sick, but will at least practicing this what I'm learning here now be enough to start and kickstart it off, or is there a basic advice you can give to just get in a deeper contact to what fits my body and to get consciousness about it?
Yes, so this is a very good question, and it's relevant to some of our Sangha members as well. We have Sangha members whose ages range from 25 to I think 75, and then we have also people who are perfectly healthy and people who are very ill. So it's a very relevant question. Well, first thing is that especially Vajra breath, the dynamic type of breathing, bellows breathing, and Vajra body, when done like this, might not be suitable. If there is too much illness, you won't get benefits from it. If vitality is too low, you can't do those practices. But if you are not that ill, then doing Vajra bodies and Vajra breaths, Vajra breath in either dynamic or peaceful way, is a perfect way to start helping yourself and regaining your health. So I said that dynamic or peaceful Vajra breath, and there was a question about the peaceful Vajra breath. That Vajra breath can also be done with gentle, slow breathing. So you simply do it slower. And I've discussed this in Rainbow Body Yoga materials that is available to Sangha members, so I won't go into that now. But yeah, really, really good ways to start getting your strength and vitality back. You know, this is what I've done because I couldn't really exercise and I was physically in devastating condition for a 40-year-old just 2 years ago. And now I've gained my muscles back. Last year I dropped my weight a lot, but then I gained some of it back, so wasn't much use. And my advice is actually never to drop your weight, because just don't focus on losing weight, because that doesn't work. So you have to do it otherwise, you know. But so in my experience, Vajra bodies, Vajra breaths are a very good way. But it also depends, like I would recommend, if it's possible, taking walks. I would recommend doing stretching / yoga. It doesn't have to be stretching or yoga as much as 20-year-olds can do. I can't do what I did 20 years ago. So it's enough if we have 4, 5, 6 basic stretches and we do those well few times a week. So the reason I'm suggesting stretching is because you are here tensing your muscles. So it means that the muscle gets contracted. So it is helpful to stretch it back open. Yeah. So like I said, doesn't have to be like dozens of yoga postures, dozens of different kinds of stretches. 4, 5, 6 will do when you do them well. But other than that, as a general advice, you know, all the basic things, getting enough rest to counter to you know, we also need to recuperate after exercise, so that is very important. Also, from the psychological perspective, when we practice tantra, practice the dharma, we need to, it puts strain on the energy body, so we need to counter it with rest. So rest, as healthy food that is available, all basic stuff.
Thank you. This with the breath, I will start. This is nice for me. Walks I can't do. Danke.
Yeah. So should we? I think we should skip my blood sugars are already quite low, so I think we should skip. If others has to have the same problem, let's skip doing the Vajra bodies after break or for tomorrow. Let's see. But let's just sit in a relaxed way for 15-20 minutes before the break. With all sentient beings, for the sake of all sentient beings, sitting as Buddhas. All right, join your hands. So let's take a break until 7 p.m. 95 minutes. Enjoy your break. See you in a bit.